Hi, my name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. Thanks for watching. In today's video, I share with you what's happening in today's job market. This is as of Monday, July 6th. So thanks for watching. So a lot of polls came out last week, and I just wanted to summarize a few of the results through this segment and share with you some thoughts as to what you should be doing as a job seeker right now if you're looking for a position. So one poll that came out, did you know that 50% of employees believe that their companies aren't doing enough to increase diversity and inclusion in the workplace? Especially with everything going on right now, that number should definitely be reducing. More people should be thinking about that, and companies should definitely be thinking about how to include greater diversity into their workplace. The U.S. job numbers came out last week, and they actually created a significant number of jobs in the U.S. This was for June, as firms took on more staff after the coronavirus downturn. It was actually pretty amazing, so check this out. Payroll Surge 4.8 million, the most since the Labor Department began keeping records in 1939. And this obviously was helped out because of the reopening of factories and restaurants. But if you just look at the snapshot of June, the best numbers in the U.S. since 1939. Canada's job numbers for June come out this Friday, July 10th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So hopefully we'll get some good numbers here in Canada as well. There was also an employee poll about working remotely. I know many people are working remotely now, obviously if they can. So this was a poll from Regis Canada, and they talked about flexible working arrangements. And they found that 54% of employees work remotely now 2.5 days of the week or more, while a staggering, this is unbelievable, 27% agree that daily commutes into the office are a waste of time. So that's certainly going to change the landscape in terms of what's happening in the workforce, and as we continue on through this pandemic and as we get out of it as well. Another poll that came out, this was from the US, that 66% of US workers said they can be effective working remotely. So this is going to really definitely change how things play out moving forward. As far as CERB goes, many of you have heard of CERB. I'm sure the Canada Emergency Response Benefit gives you $2,000 a week or $2,000 over the course of a 4-week period. So Manitoba has come out with something interesting, because what's been happening is a lot of people have been kind of weighing the difference between staying home and collecting CERB versus taking a position and getting paid. So, weighing the options and the pros and cons. So it can be, depending on the salary, depending on the type of position, it can be a decision that you would take. So Manitoba has come out as a new program to encourage people to go back to work. And this is out-of-work Manitobans who have been receiving that can opt out of their program and head back to the workforce. And basically the province of Manitoba is paying for these people to be off CERB. So they would be eligible, people who would go back to work are eligible to collect a $2,000 bonus if they opt out of the program and go back to work. So interesting times for sure. This is another segment that came out over the past week or so as well, which a lot of people ask me about too. I want to do part-time jobs. I want to take a part-time opportunity. What's hot? So this is a list that came out, which is pretty cool. Recruiter is actually on the list, which is kind of neat. Social media manager, virtual assistant, graphic designer, writer, an online ESL teacher, editor, accountant, speech language pathologist, and therapist. So these are lists of best part-time jobs, like part-time jobs that you might consider taking on if you have some time. And then HRD study came out that nearly half of workers in Canada say their work relations improved amid the COVID-19 crisis because of how their employers cared for them. So that's really encouraging to hear as well. So upcoming events, if you're looking to connect in many different ways, obviously a lot of them are virtual. I'm on, first of all, on Facebook, on our TorontoJobs.ca Facebook group page at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, weekdays, Monday through Friday, and I talk about a different topic each day. You can check out some of my previous videos by going to youtube.com and searching on our TorontoJobs.ca channel. But I pick a different topic each day, talk about resume, interviewing tips, and so on. If you're an entrepreneur or thinking about starting up a business, you might check out the Learn and Connect series. It's a series for entrepreneurs presented by TorontoJobs.ca, and that happens on Wednesday, July 8th from 2 to 4 p.m. So this Wednesday, July 8th, 2 to 4 p.m., you can visit TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca for more information about that. It's a good series if you want to connect with other entrepreneurs, business owners, and so on. And then TorontoJobs.ca also presents the 2020 Canadian Virtual Music Expo for musicians. So if you or somebody you know who is a musician, that happens on Thursday, July 16th from 7 to 9 p.m. And details of that are available at musicexpo.ca. The TorontoJobs.ca Virtual Career Conference happens on Wednesday, July 29th. And you can visit TorontoJobs.ca/news for information about how to register for that one. So I'm sure that will be a hot event, especially because it's one of our first virtual career conferences. So check that out. It's Wednesday, July 29th from 2 to 4 p.m. And then TorontoJobs.ca presents the 2020 Canadian Virtual Sales Conference on Thursday, July 30th. And details about that are also available at TorontoJobs.ca/news. So if you're in sales or business development or know somebody, definitely come out to that event as well. That's a virtual event too. So if you are a job seeker, 3 things that you might want to focus on this week. You can subscribe to our TorontoJobs.ca YouTube channel, watch at least 2 videos on that channel. There's over 80 videos there that you can select from. It talks about all kinds of things about video interviewing, job search, tips, making a career change, and more. Number 2, make sure that your LinkedIn profile has a current picture on you. If somebody says, hey, you look pretty young in that picture, it's time to change your picture. And read at least 1 article that's posted online about job search. And you can look at a number of articles that we posted at TorontoJobs.ca just by visiting, again, TorontoJobs.ca/news. So I'm going to leave you with a lighter poll results that came out from last week. This was from the poll from the Mississauga Board of Trade. And they asked people, now that Mississauga has moved into phase 2, did you get a haircut? 5% said, I don't have hair to cut. 18% said yes, finally. 22% said not yet, but they've made an appointment. And 54% said no, they're still being cautious. So interesting times for sure. Thanks for watching. Again, my name is Marc Belaiche. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn if there's anything I can help you out with. And if you are looking for a job, you might want to check out my book called Tales from the Recruiter. You can visit talesfromtherecruiter.ca for more information about that. And also connect with TorontoJobs.ca on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And if there's anything I can help you with, please don't hesitate to ask. Have a great week ahead. Stay safe and stay positive. Take care.